it is self-conscious because it is infinite. As long as it is open-ended, all that is, because it is infinite, can be self-aware. If it were not infinite, it could not be. But it is. It seems contradictory to say all that is and yet say it is infinite. For it seems as if you can never know exactly what all that is, because it never ends. But because it is open-ended, that ability allows all that is to be self-aware. Does this make sense?
Yeah, in a physical way.
All right. Thank you. Perhaps, if you wish, you can let all that is worry about that. The idea, to some degree, can be expressed more simply by recognizing that if you are self-aware, all that is must be.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yeah.
Thank you. Shooting.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day, and good New Year.
Thank you. I wanted to wish you and all your people a very loving New Year.
Well, thank you.
Coming up here tonight is a total choice for me because my name was actually drawn at the last session.
All
and
right.
I somehow developed this idea that whether or not I came up here was symbolic of this door that I need to go through but have been resistant to go through.
All right.
So coming tonight was my attempt to go through that door.
Well, thank you.
And
what did you find on the other side?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, all right. Are you
Well,
still standing on the threshold?
Maybe.
All right.
The only thing I know about that door is that it somehow manifests in me through an idea of choking. I choke a lot.
All right.
And in the past couple of weeks, it's been really bizarre because, I just started choking violently while I was crossing the street the other day.
Yes.
And then I had a dream about a dog whose jaws were around my throat in a non-belligerent way. And I don't know what's through the door, but I just knew I had to go through it. And all I really want to say was to thank you to giving me the opportunity to step through my door.
Oh, well, thank you. Do remember the dog symbolizes service in your society. Shows you things that serve you, serves you by allowing you to see more of yourself, more what you need to see to grow in the directions you have chosen to grow, is that constant companion, that constant reminder to look in directions that will increase your awareness of yourself. Now do remember, and this perhaps can alleviate some of the idea of choking up on, making a motion. It is symbolic to some degree of freedom of expression, of expressing of the fullness of the self, of holding that back or feeling like your society would somehow prevent you from expressing yourself fully. Sometimes these things, these physiological choking sensations, sometimes are connected to the idea of what you call past life scenarios or experiences, where individuals, in that sense, were choked to death, shall we say, suffocated in many ways for the expression of what they believe. Sometimes when you arrive at a similar point in the present life, you may replay some of those ideas that you lived out before, that concluded with the idea of having the life choked out of you because of your expressive of self. Now you come to the threshold of learning to express yourself fully again. So perhaps you pass through those scenarios again, but do remember always, you can never, never, never attract to yourself an opportunity that is bigger than you are capable of handling at any given moment. It is not possible. And in that sense, it is not logical. It would be completely imbalanced if that were so. Whatever vibration you are, that is what you attract. And what you attract cannot be more than the vibration you are is capable of handling. Understand?
Yes, I do.
Does that assist you?
Yes, thank you.
Then know you have the key. Swing the door open freely. Because anything you find will only be what you wanted to find to grow in the way you decided to grow. Use it in a positive way, and you will always find you will have the freedom of expressing who and what you discover yourself to be. For once again, every full conviction expression of self will always lead itself into the appropriate circumstances where there is an audience to listen. Always. For every being that expresses themselves, there is a stage for that expression. It cannot be otherwise. Otherwise, creation, as you say, would be lopsided. For every creation that exists, there must be a way for that creation to create. to express itself to the fullness of its capacity. You do not have to hold back because you believe you do not fit. Understand?
Yes, I do.
Does this assist you?
Yes, thank you very
Well,
much.
thank you very much. And you said that very well. Sharing.
Hello, Bashar.
And good day, good new year to you.
How you doing today?
Perfect, and you?
All right.
All right.
I wanted to ask you, in your society, does music play a role?
Is that a joke?
No.
Yes, it does. Very much so. But it is mostly a spontaneous creation. That is the role it plays. It is one of the ways we have of expressing ourselves, much in the same way you do. Now, our instrumentation, physiologically speaking, shall we say, is not as complex as yours. We do not have as many instruments upon our planet at this time as do you, for it takes very little tonality, very little vibration, shall we say, to set us off, to set up the atmosphere necessary for us to go through whatever transformations are representative by the spontaneous creation of that tonal vibration. So we have instruments that are similar in certain ways to what you might call some of your bell-like structures, some of your string-like structures, some of your percussion-like structures. It is more similar to what you might call the music of your Asiatic culture upon your planet. But many of them are patterned on trinary beats, as you would call it. And this sets up the prime foundational vibration our entire society cues off of. An individual who simply feels so moved to play will play. And if there is need of an audience, they will automatically find themselves in a location where there is an appreciative audience. Exactly the audience that needs to hear exactly what the person who is playing. So yes, there is musical expression, there is artistic expression in many ways, again similar to your own world, although different in many ways. I myself am very, as you say, fond of physiological sculpture. And that is one of the expressions I undertake, as you say, when the spirit moves me. Does this answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Well, thank you very much
Thank you.
for creating music with us. Sharing.
Hello, Bashar.
And good day, good new year to you.
Same to you.
Thank you.
I thought you in the audience might be interested that they have belief system psychology at the Learning Tree University in Chatsworth now. The information's really getting out there.
All right.
What I wanted
It is, as you say, leaking more and more and more into your educational foundations, the understanding that the mind is where it all begins, the consciousness is where it all stems from, and that's where it all ends up.
Okay.
Proceed.
I've been reading lately about the aura of the planet,
Yes.
the energy patterns, the vibrations of the different rays, and the way they go around and how they affect the different areas.
Yes, and how they are also representative of how different areas have been affected.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing that kind of surprised me is reading about, they like synchronistically kept referring to Aries as a point of reference, which I happen to be an Aries. But it sounds like that being born in Aries, the red ray, when they started describing the red ray, it just described almost what I am in this life.
No, all right.
So when I come into physicality, you come into that birthday, that ray kind of like the design when you come in for what you're going to do in physicality is...
In a sense, yes, although it is not absolutely structured as much as many individuals might think. There is always some leeway for creation. There must be. The idea, however, is to think of it perhaps in the following manner, if this will be of assistance. You are made of energy, so to speak. When you physicalize, it is like crystallizing that energy in much the same way that you would allow ice to crystallize out of a sea of water. When you crystallize, when you become physical, obviously, whatever patterns or currents are existent within the free-floating energy at the time of the crystallization will, in a sense, be frozen within your structure and therefore, to some degree, representative of the style of energy arrangement, the pattern of energy arrangement that you have created yourself to be. You will simply take the pattern and the style of energy arrangement, of physiological crystallized energy arrangement that is most reflective and representative of the ideas that you know you wish to play out before that physical life. So you will, quote-unquote, time the event of your birth to coincide